It's a nice cold January morning and I'm here for some more work. So under this panel here, took this one off and we had a box and we've got two batteries, 100 amp hour, that's probably very similar. Black wire seems to go off that way, red wire seems to go off into that loom there. And looking into the engine from this way, I can see we've got a bilge pump under there by the look of it. Looks like there's a outlet pipe there. I think that's for the sea toilet. It had a sea toilet in there before, but it's been shut off and a chemical one put in because we're on the river. So I've taken this side panel off and located the gas heater, which is here, I believe. It looks like it goes, the exhaust goes out to a through hole just up there. You can't see properly, which I haven't noticed on the outside, but I'm sure it's there. And then the heat pipe goes down in the deck there. I have some concerns about these wires here against this pipe, which will be getting hot. And also that charge controller is in the way of actually removing the panel, so I need to sort that out. Yeah, you're gonna have to have a look at this. I mean, it looks old, but it looks like it's got a gas valve here, which is wedged on, so I'll have to loosen that up because I suppose we need to isolate it. I'm not completely convinced that the cooker is actually hooked up to the gas, because that pipe just seems to come through here, under here, straight into the back of that. So it curves around and goes into the back of the gas heater. So I can't really see that this is actually hooked up. So it runs along the back there. Presumably runs behind that board there. It must have come out of here before somewhere, but probably lower down. Interesting. I've turned it on, it's making some noises. Just got cold air coming out of here at the moment. Still cold air. Stopped. Yeah, it's not. It sort of starts up briefly, then stops. I'm wondering whether it's stopping because it's not igniting. I've checked the gas canister and there seems to be there's a bit left. Managed to get this loose so it'll turn now. I'm just wondering whether perhaps some of this is not igniting. I'll perhaps have a go at redoing some of this rust and corrosion wires and see if it helps. Another day. That's the controller for it. The boat came with a little Honda 1000-watt generator, which should be quite handy because it will run my sander. I'm going to start by sanding all the wood on the interior. I've done a little bit by hand here, I don't know if you can see it, a little bit by hand here, just to get rid of this top layer. So I'm going to do that all the way around the whole of the inside. All this all around here. It's going to take me a little while. I'm going to start with some, I wanted to start with 80 but I haven't got 80, so 60 gently, and then I'll probably do 120 or 240 on top of that. So if you look here, this bit here, it's a sort of yellowy colour. It's been damp. It's damp there, so it's not sanded very well. So I think really I'm going to have to put a heater on that bit and heat it and have another go at that. But the rest of this isn't so damp, so I'm going to try and just give the rest of this a sand as well. So that is part of the door's done, so that'll be what I'm aiming for. That was done with a 60. I'm going to go over it again with a 120 or maybe a 240. Actually, I started this top corner with a 120 and it feels smoother than this bit, which is why you want to go over that with a finer grain. But it's got all the top varnish off anyway, and yeah, I'm going to be happy with that, I think. So I've just got to do the rest. I love these orbital sanders. The only thing is you have to do the corners yourself manually. So I've pretty much done the whole of this wall here, done down to the step down there, along the bottom there. I'm going to take a few bits home, like the step and anything else I can remove, and actually sand those at home. But that's a fairly large area done there. I've got to come back to this side here and finish that off when it's a bit drier. It's actually a lovely day here at the marina. albeit icy. See the sheet of ice there on the water. Yeah, lovely. Must be about 8 degrees. So I'm looking at the roof now and what to do with it. So obviously I'm going to strip all this off. I think I'm going to go for probably wood panels rather than plastic. I've got room to do it, so that's what I'm thinking at the moment. And then I go all the way back to about here, and it's got a sort of a lip that goes up just here, so I think I'm going to finish the panels to about here, and then I'll put some material here to cover this up. Probably that and that bit. I think that's probably the original piece there, so I don't know, I might clean that up and keep it, or just do one bit of the hole there and then put a little bit of trim, wood trim or something just there along that line to sort of cover the transition between the two, and then probably get some LED lights, maybe some strips for the top, because I want to keep this as high as possible. I don't really want to allow too much of a gap for headroom. So if we look at headroom, if we look at headroom, so in the middle I'm about 5'6", 7, something like that. Let me take my hat off. So you can see there's quite a bit there. If I start moving over to this side, the floor actually goes up slightly and the roof goes down, so it gets less. So when I'm at the sink, there's not so much headroom. Time to take down some of this headlining. Goodbye, butterflies.